just remember, these are the people teaching your children. For salutations, my lovely little lunatics. It's me, your friend, the Encyclopedia Insanity, here with my co-host, Bob.
Hello.
And today, on the Insane Report, the maps. Oh, the maps.
We're talking about parchment?
No, we're talking about minor-attracted people.
Pedophiles.
Exactly, but they don't want to be called pedos no more. They want to be called maps.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No, it's not. Well, recently, a thing has come out about a college professor, a transgender, I think non-binary college professor.
Oh, God.
Has come out saying that we need to stop stigmatizing pedophilia.
How about no? How about that's one of the things we don't do and never do, and anyone actually saying we should do that needs to be kicked out of society, like how the left want to kick unvaccinated people out of society, and by unvaccinated, I mean unvaccinated in air quotes.
Exactly. So, but before we get into this, make sure to like and subscribe, and follow us for more insane news. Also, follow us on Locals,
Rumble,
Minds,
and Bastion. So, this has got to be not real, right?
Well, to a degree. Let's see if, let me make sure, do I actually have the, well, this person specifically, I think they're going kind of for the whole thing of, hey, maybe we shouldn't, like, maybe more along the lines of kind of stuff like, you shouldn't, anyone who is like that, they won't come forward because they're too afraid of kind of what would happen if they do.
So the people who actually are attracted to minors know it's wrong. That kind of thing?
That kind of thing. That's what I get. Especially because we read some of the updates, which I think I have. Let me check. But at the same time, the whole problem is that you can't do that. It just doesn't work. It's one of those things where if these people go to actual psychiatrists and therapists and explain their stuff, then okay, I'm fine with that. But you never want to say that you are a map, or because that's just that's something you live with. Like how I don't talk about some of the horrible hallucinations I have in polite conversation.
Yeah, they're just things you don't say. But, you said we had a video for this.
We do. We're not going to really listen to it, but this professor is talking with someone. And this is the kind of stuff that professor has put out. Now, let's just jump over to it. Whoopee! Why don't you read this, Bob?
So this is the person that the professor is talking to.
Yes. I think this person is, I actually think this person is a pedo just from reading from this.
Okay. Young people of any gender who trade sex face arrest and abuse from the police. No one is very interested in helping them. Wait, what?
They're talking about sex-trafficked individuals.
Everyone wants to help those children.
Yeah, see? But that's the mind of it. Well, continue on.
The issue isn't that people care about the victims. The issue is that pedophiles are loathed. Wait, what?
It's because people focus more on the fact that pedos are bad and they're bad and just bad rather than wanting to help the children.
Both can actually be true. I think most adults want to help the children and then deal with the pedos.
Pretty much, but now let's go to the next thing this other person has posted. Okay, now, this is from, Lauren Chin, by the way. This is all something they wrote.
Okay. This dipshizzle is on and his TL loudly proclaiming allyship with black people and then attacking people for supporting people targeted by the criminal justice system. Shocker, sex offender registries are as racist as the rest of the criminal justice system.
He was talking about a politician at this point.
I we have to disagree with his assumption.
Yes, we normal people disagree with it, but this guy I think is a pedo. That's why he's kind of angry that he doesn't like the sex offender registries, and the fact that he claims the race is really pedophilia doesn't really know a race. But neither does, it's probably the same individual who thought Kyle Rittenhouse shot a bunch of black people.
Yeah, that's actually hilarious. Yeah, what was it? That one lady you showed the video to.
Oh, that was hilarious. Go to class, and she's just going off, and eventually I go, you do realize he didn't shoot black people, right? And she's like, oh, you're just some right-wing blah, blah, blah. I was like, have you actually watched the video? And she was like, I don't need to. I was like, then shut up. And eventually I just told her, I was like, look, if the video proves you right, then I'll take it that I'm a racist. But here you go. Showed it to her, and she realized Rittenhouse didn't shoot any black people. And then I read her the rap sheets for those individuals, and you could just see the mortified look on her face get worse. And eventually at the end of it, I put it down, looked at her, leaned down and went, you're the problem with the world. And then walked off. Little mean, yeah, but I don't care. She's one of those idiots who doesn't have any idea what's going on. She's one of those people that would probably defend all this. Continuing on, what was the last one? Here we are. Nope.
I already don't like it.
Read it anyways.
Oh yeah, at least the ratio is real.
The ratio really is real.
Parents are tyrants. Parent is an oppressive class like rich people or white people.
Also, the pedophilia guy, he's white.
Of course. There are things you can do to try and minimize the abuse that's endemic to the parent-child relationship, but it's everywhere. So he's definitely one of the people who what was that one guy who tried to be governor in California.
The black face of white supremacy?
Exactly. Oh, God, this is bad.
It really is. And once again, this professor is talking with this individual. Try to destigmatize pedophilia. So now let's just go over to the actual thing. This is from the Federalist, which, of course, it's a right-wing thing, but hey, there aren't a whole lot talking about this.
Yeah, I don't think the main media wants to talk about it at all.
No, they don't want to touch it. Transgender professor at Old Dominion University rebrands pedophiles as minor attracted persons. That's actually something they've been trying to do for a while. The latest left-wing attempt to normalize pedophilia is yet again teaching us the painful lesson that nothing, not even innocence of children, is sacred to far-left activists. After witnessing the Twix latest ad, which we watched, which was awful,
God, that was bad.
or hearing about sex offender story time,
Don't even want to know. Nope, don't even want to know.
you might mistakenly assume that the left's push to sexualize children and normalize pedophilia couldn't become any more blatant. But alas, the word restraint isn't in the vocabulary of those whose insatiable hunger for the most potent forms of moral rot have driven them to take bites out of a few remaining taboos that we haven't progressed past quite yet.
Ugh. Wait, how long is this one?
It is quite long, and the guy is quite wordy. Let's just jump over to one of the smaller ones. This is from Louder with Crowder. Once again, nicer term for pedophile. Our good friends over at the Libs of TikTok posted a video of the Old Man University assistant Professor Alan Walker, who identifies as non-binary. In his video, Walker sincerely pushes for a new, friendlier term for pedophile. Sorry, but no. I use the term minor attracted person, or MAP, for multiple reasons. First of all, because I think it's important to use terminology for groups that members of that group want to use for them. So, wait, I actually forgot. There we go. I'm not a white supremacist. So if someone were to call me a white supremacist, I was like, how dare you say that? How dare you call me a white supremacist? I am color orientated, or something like that. Something stupid. And MAP advocacy groups have advocated for them the use of the term MAP. They've advocated for it primarily because it's less stigmatizing like other terms like pedophilia. No one knows what MAP is, except the pedophiles. So they want to use that term.
Of course they want to use it.
Yes, well, I think I'll be sticking with the term pedophile because it is stigmatizing. Being sexually attracted to children is not okay, and it should not be addressed in such a way to get that and it should be addressed in such a way as to get across this point. But Walker doesn't seem to think so. He sits there talking. Stigma against MAP is a problem in part because it makes MAPs think they're monsters. Again, I'm okay with this. The push to normalize or soften society's views towards pedophilia is unbelievably disgusting, especially as so many parents are lining up to make their children trans or drag queens.
Oh, yeah, it's really sad.
It really is. They are literally grooming their own children for pedophilic sexual predators, and some of them know this is full well. Now let's go to a little bit better one. Once again. So, transgender professor advocates for pedophilia. Sexuality can be fluid. Alan Walker's recent book aims to normalize what she calls minor attraction, which is pedophilia. If I can remember. Okay. But yeah, once again, talk about it. Oh, destigmatizing pedophilia along with refers minor attraction. The publisher's site describes Walker's book as the following: challenging widespread assumptions that persons who are preferentially attracted to minors, often referred to as pedophiles, aren't necessarily also predators and sex offenders. This book takes readers into the lives of non-offending minor attracted persons. Once again, hey, if you have this problem and you live with it, I am very sorry to hear that you have to deal with that, because once again, I have to take medication all my life for the rest of my life because my brain chemistry is so screwed up.
And a lot of these people probably didn't have good upbringings.
But at the same time, the people who don't do anything, they understand how wrong it is. It's the people who act upon that stuff. It'd be me acting upon the hallucinations for me to go and hurt people, which I know is wrong and I'm never going to do. And if it ever got to that point, kablamski to myself, dome hole. Continuing on. There is little research into non-offending MAPs, a group whose experiences offer valuable insight into the prevention of child abuse. That is good. Navigating guilt, shame, and fear. This universally maligned group demonstrates its remarkable resilience and commitment to living without offending and to supporting and educating each other. Using data from interview-based research, A Long Dark Shadow offers a crucial account of lived experience of this hidden population. Okay. Now, once again, the problem is this is one of the people he's talking to. This gender-fluid individual is talking to. This is, as you can see, where is it? This.
He looks like a pedophile.
Yep, this is the guy. This is, yeah, and then this is the, where is it? That is the non-binary professor. So continue on. The interview was conducted with a group called Protasia, which advocates for legalizing child sex dolls in order for pedophiles to have an outlet for what they insist is a form of sexuality.
There are already a lot of really weird sex dolls out there.
Yes. Yes, there are. They can use those. According to the media outlet 4W B4U Act, was founded by convicted multi-child rapist Michael Mills. Oh God. I don't want to have anything to do with that group, or I don't want to know that group exists. Continuing on. For explicit purposes of normalizing pedophilia and distracting from prevention efforts. In Malizan's own word, he wanted to ensure the B4U Act was never associated with prevention of offending. And there you have it. Just like the one time with the people who, we're coming after your kids, the gay choir. Sure, this professor may be trying to do good, maybe trying to help those individuals that didn't offend. But then you have people like Mel Schimmer, who, just like what was it, the Wii Spa thing and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is not going to work. No, it shows just how bad everything is getting. That they come out brazenly for this, and they think they're actually going to do well.
Because once again, they believe Twitter is normal. Once again, I made a post about the video I had made talking about the Rittenhouse case, and I used the wrong hashtag and got permabanned. I didn't even get anything saying why I was permabanned. Nope, just permabanned. Then I found out later people were using that hashtag, got permabanned. It is like, what was it today with Louder with Crowder? People covering this part of the actual final stuff in the case, they were all being kicked off YouTube.
None beforehand.
Nope, but they realized just how bad it was. They didn't want people bringing attention to it, but they didn't do it to Crowder because, once again, they're having trouble with him, and if they continue to do this, he's just going to back us even more. That's the big problem here. People like that non-binary professor thinks they're doing good, and in their mind they are, and maybe to some extent. The problem is, then you have all these terrible people. It's just like if suddenly a group of Nazis came out, like actual Nazis, and they were like, well, we do hate the Jews, but we would never hurt them. We just believe our race is far better. Okay. We understand that that's a problem, but we're trying to work better towards it. Okay. The problem is most Nazis are horrible people. Most pedophiles are horrible people. And sorry, but this ain't gonna help, Chief. This ain't gonna help at all.
Nope, it's pretty much just causing people to have more attention, especially with all the CRT stuff and all that garbage and all the fluid sexuality stuff in the schools. And once again, maybe if this wasn't a professor, it might be better. But they're in your school teaching your children.
Because once again, the left don't need children. They have yours. Anyway, that'll be the end of this little video. If you like this video, then check the link button and subscribe for more. And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.